Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of Furry Trash Recreates Las Vegas in Minecraft. So in the first episode of this funny little series, I recreated Mandalay Bay and the W Hotel. It was pretty good, although there was some things I forgot to mention in this build. Like, for example, I forgot to mention literally the biggest part of Mandalay Bay's pool, which is the wave pool. Pretty cool looking. And also, this part of the W is called the Skyfall Lounge. It's like a lounge where you can look out the window, kind of similar to the Foundation Room, and look at a cool view of the strip. And whoa, I accidentally spoiled what the next build is gonna be in this episode thingamajig. Whoa. Anyways, some changes have been made to the world that this build is taking place in. As you might notice, it's no longer a boring old grass world. It's now a boring old desert world with lots of sand. Also, some updates have been made to the Mandalay Bay and W Hotel. For example, I finally put stuff in the windows. Yay, so now you can't see through them. You can't see the hollowness of the structures and stuff. Yeah. Also, this used to be all empty, but now there's like a little parking lot in there and stuff now, so yippee! Progress. A lot of stuff has been added, a lot of tiny little things, and one big giant thing. I guess we'll start with all the stuff that's been added at the end of the strip area, all the way up to the big reveal, the big pyramid thing. So we'll just get started over here. Of course, no Las Vegas build is complete without the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Considering this is a more miniature version of Las Vegas, this isn't exactly the best Vegas sign in Minecraft. I swear I tried, you guys. I swear I tried. See, it says, "Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada." And on the back, it says, "Drive carefully, come back soon." These things over here, they're supposed to be solar panels, and then here is the sign, and then over here I think there's supposed to be like a parking lot where you park and then you take a picture of the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Pretty epic. And there's also some trees. Yippee! Alright, and then we advance up here, and this is probably the smallest headquarters I've ever seen in my entire life. This is for Terrible Herbst, you know, like the gas station gaming, I guess, company. Do they do gaming? I know their gas stations have like slot machines in them and stuff. In Nevada only, of course, because we're just like that. Hee. Yeah, this is the Terrible Herbst headquarters. Pretty small, pretty tiny. I think this first opened up as like some kind of tourist information center or something. I don't know. And then next thing we got up here is the Harley Davidson Las Vegas dealership, and I forgot something. Hold on real quick. Anyways, I forgot to put in the Harley Davidson sign. Whoopsies. Anyways, this is just like a normal Harley Davidson dealership, I guess. You buy a really loud AF motorcycle and then rev your engine at 3 a.m. I love it when people do that in my neighborhood. It's very comforting and relaxing and totally doesn't disturb me while I'm sleeping while I have work tomorrow. And yeah, this is Harley Davidson dealership, opened back in 2017, I believe. Yep, there it is. It says it on the marker right there. I think there's supposed to be like some kind of training thing down here. I don't know what it's about. I'll show a picture of it right now. There it is. That's what it looks like. And then over here, we got a fire station. This is, what does the marker say? Clark County Fire Station 11. Very tiny, just a few little blocks and a road. I think there's supposed to be a garage up here. And yeah, it's just a tiny little fire station. And then up here, this is actually a command station for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. This is probably the longest name for a property here in this map so far. Probably will be the longest ever in this map. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department South Central Area Command Substation. rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? But yeah, you got the substation right here. Give you a little spin, little parking lot thing. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what these buildings are for. There's like a parking lot right here. And oh, next episode, I think I might do it in the next episode. I don't know. It's probably going to be a really complicated build, but there is a huge golf course right here. I think its name is Alibaba or something. Is that its name? I don't know. I think I might have gotten it wrong.
Nope.
This is the Pinball Hall of Fame. You go in there, play lots of pinball, maybe a few arcade machines, and then you have a grand old time. Here is the building. Here is le parking lot, and then here is le sign. Very low quality sign, but at least you get to play with these cute little buttons. Yippee! Yip, yippee! Over here, this is the Little Church of the West wedding chapel. Very old wedding chapel. I think it used to be somewhere else in Las Vegas on the Strip. Yeah, it's just a little church where you can get married and stuff. Very cute. It's a tiny church too. It's very tiny. Okay, I don't think it's actually this big in real life. I think it's way more tinier if it were to scale in this map. Of course, I gotta make it a little bit bigger to show off some details. The very little amount of details it has, you know. Yeah, this spot. This is probably one of the more interesting places up in this side or this part of the Strip. This is the Diamond Inn. This place is currently closed and is currently up for sale. Very old motel. I think it used to be called something else. Desert Isle Motel, I think it first started up as. But yeah, it's a little motel. Pool area right here. You got the sign, of course, with the reader board. Another sign right here. You got the little motel portion. I think this is supposed to be 2 floors, like a 2-floor building. And you got another wing of motel rooms. Pretty nice, very tiny. And you got a sheep right over there. This is the mascot. Come over here. Get over here right now. This is the mascot of the Diamond Inn. Heading across the Mandalay Bay. You got this. This is the liquor outlet. I think this is way bigger than it's actually supposed to be in this map. It's just a little like strip mall, you know. There's the liquor store right here. This is a McDonald's. This sign has like a really big McDonald's neon sign. There used to be 2 of them on the Strip actually, but that one closed a while back, and now this one remains. So rip, rest in peace, the other sign. Panda Express right here. I think there's a Subway in here too. I don't know. And yeah, get a little spin around. You got this little parking lot. Also, if you see these things in the parking lots of this map, because that also appears here in the Mandalay Bay, I think these are supposed to be like parking spaces with like roofs on them. I forgot what they're called. Covered parking, I think. So this spot, this tiny little building is an abandoned bar called the Laughing Jackalope. Now, there actually used to be a motel over here, but they demolished it, and it just became this little building, and then it closed, and it still exists. They haven't demolished it yet for some strange reason. And then right next to it is the Desert Rose Motel Apartments. This tiny little motel. I don't know how this place still exists. It just kind of does, but it's like a motel that also counts as an apartment place thingamajig. I don't know what the heck these 2 buildings are supposed to be. Could somebody tell me what these buildings are? Ignore this yellow marker. Oops. Maybe, yeah, these are like really old buildings. Lots of shrubbery going on and stuff. Neat little designs on them, I guess. I think there were pools in here at one point, but they're covered up now, so rip. And then next to this is a little series of... Wait, no, this is one. This isn't that building. I was talking about this one. But no, this is the Nirvana Hotel. This is that one band reference hotel. This used to be the Motel 8, not to be confused with the motel with the other number, but it closed and became the Nirvana Hotel. I've heard it's pretty decent from some reviews. There's like a little walkway over here. I don't know what it's supposed to be for. Parking lot, buildings, and stuff, and that's pretty much it. And then We got a little series of buildings right here. I don't know what the heck this is for. I've never understood what this little building is for. I do know what this is though. This is a psychic sessions building. You come in, you get your psychic sessions, and then you go out and gamble all your money away. Over here, this is the Skyview Ferris wheel, or the remains of what it was supposed to be. So, for some context, sometime in the mid to late 2010s, they wanted to build this like really big Ferris wheel over here that would have had a massive LED screen. Here's a video of it right now. Pretty cool looking, I guess. Pretty nice. But for whatever reason, they just never completed it. And we got the high roller now, so there wouldn't even be a reason to have another Ferris wheel on the strip. So now all we have left is just this big ol' eyesore that they haven't taken down at all for whatever reason. I don't know why. So now we're all done with all these little spots right down here. And now it's time to get over to the big boy itself. This is the Luxor. Oh, this place right here. This is a ancient Egyptian themed hotel and casino owned by the same people who also own Mandalay Bay and Excalibur and virtually like half of the entire Las Vegas Strip. Opened back in 1993, and it's pretty cool looking. Look at this. Look at this architectural marvel. Oh, also one thing I forgot to mention in the last episode is this place. This is the shops at Mandalay Place, I think it's called. Like a little shopping center that connects from the Mandalay Bay over to the Luxor. There's a Guinness store. There's a sock store. And some other stuff. I think there's also a Wahlburgers. Here's a little tour of the Luxor. We start off with the monorail down here. Unfinished, goes to the Excalibur. Starts at the Mandalay Bay tram station that I mentioned last video. And then it takes you over to the Luxor. It stops at the Sphinx. You go through it into the valet area and then into this big old pyramid-shaped hotel tower. Very cool looking on the inside. I love it. I don't care what anyone says. There's supposed to be a light beam up here that lights up at night, but you know, it's not nighttime on this map, so I'm not gonna put it in because screw you. Over here we got an expansion of the hotel area. I think these are supposed to be named the gold and silver towers, shaped in the form of, I forgot what these were called. Are these called these ziggurat towers? Are these supposed to be ziggurat shaped? I think that's what these are supposed to be, right? But yeah, it connects over here to the Luxor. Expansion, I think it was built in the mid to late 90s. And then over here, you got a sky bridge that connects over to the parking garage. And under the sky bridge is this neat pool area. There's multiple pools. There's some hot tubs and jacuzzis. And there's another pool right here, pretty nice. And then we go on over to the park showroom. I think this is a showroom. I forgot. I actually don't even know what it's for. It's for a show, I guess. But yeah, here is the parking garage area, parking lot, parking garage, the parkingiest, garagiest parking garage on the Las Vegas Strip. I kind of like how it's kind of split. You got the little ramp that goes up here. It's put into two ways. This is probably the smallest parking garage on the strip, or at least the shortest one, because look how tiny this is. It's so tiny. Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. Very short parking garage, and also a parking lot. And yeah, I think that should be it for episode. Wait, no, I forgot to mention two signs. Wait, no, actually three. LED screen right there. Is that an LED screen? I think it used to be an LED screen, but now it's just as I was saying, little advertisement thingamajig right here. And then you got a giant obelisk shaped sign. That's super cool looking in real life. I like it. And then you got another sign right here for the Luxor. Oop, okay, I forgot. I didn't know you could do that. This is entertaining. And then you've got the little marker right here, Luxor, owned by Engine Resorts International, opened back in 1993. And also, these things, these are supposed to be like little statues of creatures. I forgot what animal they were, but yeah, they're little creatures. So anyways, I think that should be it for this little update video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe the next episode I'll build that golf course as I mentioned earlier, or maybe I'll do the Excalibur. Maybe, I don't know. It's up to me to decide. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to become a Burro Churro today. This is Cairo Burro, signing off. I'm falling to my death.